So hi guys, welcome back to the men's bilateral T20 series between New Zealand and South Africa. It's a decider match. The series is leveled at 2-all. South Africa won the previous match by 19 runs and they leveled the series, keeping the series alive. And now it's the decider game. Obviously, Mitchell Santner is not available in the last couple of matches, so Jimmy Neesham is the stand-in captain of New Zealand in the last couple of matches. And New Zealand have also made quite a lot of changes in their previous game as well. Tom Latham not playing, Devon Conway not playing, Katini Clark, Dane Cleaver, all of them getting a chance. Josh Clarkson as well getting an opportunity. So the new look New Zealand team actually it was already a B team. Now it has become a full B team as far as New Zealand are concerned. But one would have thought that maybe Mitchell Santner could have continued for one more game. Maybe if he had continued for one more game, maybe after New Zealand won this series, then maybe he could have gone for his IPL commitments. But he didn't do that. He went in the previous game itself. And with the series on the line now, with having such a B team, I don't know whether New Zealand I don't know whether New Zealand can still manage to win the game, but yeah, it's a new look team actually. Katini Clark, Dane Cleaver, Nick Kelly, Bevan Jacobs, Josh Clarkson. They're all capable batters, but everyone are new to international cricket, so they will need time to adapt. They will need time to gain experience at the international level. As far as South Africa are concerned, Pranal and Subrayan did well in the previous game. They have a spin duo of Pranal and Subrayan and Keshav Maharaj. Gerald Coetzee has been bowling well. Otniel Bartman as well, a really good bowler. The only concern for South Africa will be their batting. If they can get decent enough runs with their bat, then I think they have the bowlers to defend it. And that is what we saw in the previous game as well. They got 164 runs on the board. They had the bowling to defend the total. So getting runs with the bat will be very, very important as far as South Africa are concerned. So New Zealand have won the toss and elected to bowl first. And both the openers of South Africa are coming out to the middle. The series is leveled at 2-all. Who will take the series? South Africa women lost the series big time. They lost it 4-1 against New Zealand women. So it's time for men to get redemption in some sort, if you want to call it that. Wian Mulder and Tony DeZorzi are the opening batters for South Africa. And Kyle Jamieson will be opening the bowling for New Zealand. South Africa, it will be a similar kind of a template. Try and put enough runs on the board. Give their bowlers the opportunity to defend the total. It's a new look New Zealand team this, not a full strength team. Already Tim Seifert and Finn Allen are not there. Now even Tom Latham and Devon Conway are not there. So it's a completely revamped New Zealand team this, that is for sure. And if New Zealand can win the series with this team, then really you need to salute New Zealand for that. So Kyle Jamieson is going to bowl the first over. I think Tony DeZorzi is going to take strike. They're all in readiness to get going here. 5 more seconds to start the game. They're all in readiness. Kyle Jamieson with the first ball of the match to Tony DeZorzi. That's on the stumps, defended back to the bowler. Third ball to start from Jamieson. Second ball of the over coming up. That's full, driven down the ground, past mid-off, and that will be the first boundary of the innings. Beautifully driven there by Tony DeZorzi. And South Africa off the mark. Tony DeZorzi off the mark with the boundary. A positive start from Tony Desorsi. Third ball of the over. Oh, back of the length. Desorsi getting cramped for room. And getting hit on the thighs. It's another dot ball from Jamieson. Jamieson has pace actually, but he's sometimes a little too expensive is what I'm feeling. I mean, even players like Kyle Jamieson have IPL commitments, but he's still playing all the T20s. So why Santner is not playing all the T20s, I can't understand. And even for South Africa, actually, many of their main players are not playing these series. You need to take all these bilateral series seriously. Goes leg side again, Desorsi over the top, 1 bounce and 4. Second boundary in this over, 2 full on that occasion from Jamieson. And Tony Desorsi clearing mid-on, picks up another boundary. This time back of the length again, flicked away by Desorsi straight to short mid wicket. And another dot ball from Kyle Jamieson. 8 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Desorsi is a powerful striker of the ball. So, I mean, it's a decent enough batting lineup for South Africa. They have not delivered consistently. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes for the drive. Unable to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. So good start here from South Africa nevertheless. 8 runs came from that over. And South Africa are 8 without loss after 1 over. So this is the last men's international match before an IPL marathon, which will be starting from March 28th. Teams have already started their preparations for the Indian Premier League. And that is why Mitchell Santner is not available for New Zealand in these last couple of matches in this series. That is what my only question was. He could have stayed for 1 more game. Maybe New Zealand could have won the series in his captaincy. And then maybe he could have gone. That would have been much better. Zachary Fox bowling the second over. Some in-swinger here. And Wian Mulder defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball to start the over. Because winning the series is very important. Now, if New Zealand loses this series, Mitchell Santner will be feeling we made New Zealand win 2 matches, but we were not there. I mean, Santner will be feeling that he was there for the 2 matches in which New Zealand won, and then he left the team when it was needed to win the series. Oh, again another in-swinger, and Mulder looking to flick it away, gets it on the pads. Extra bounce as well for Zach Fox. Another dot ball. As Jimmy Neesham is new in the captaincy role, so obviously we don't know whether he can succeed in his captaincy. I mean, every individual can't be a good captain, right? There are only a few people who can be good captains. So I mean, a captaincy change can make such a big difference. That's short and that's too wide down the leg side, given as a wide by the umpire. I need to see how Jimmy Neesham handles the pressure as a captain. He has not been consistent as a player so far. I mean, his batting form and bowling form have been a little up and down. He's got the opportunity to captain New Zealand and maybe try and get them to a series win here. That's driven over the top. It's towards the point, and Jan Mulder gets off the mark with a single. I mean, we all know that the IPL is around the corner, and still they have kept this kind of a T20 series. But still, this is the last match. After this, there's a 2-day break. So the players who are involved with IPL teams still have 2 days to travel and get to their IPL teams, and they are playing a T20 match. So it is not that they are without practice. They are practicing in T20 cricket, and they are going to go for the IPL, which is in T20 format. So players are not going to lack any practice or anything like that. Even Zach Fox is involved with CSK in the IPL. He will be going there. Goes for the pull shot, unable to make connection. Another dot ball from Zach Fox. Kyle Jamieson is with Delhi Capitals, so he will have to go there. So even the existing players, some of the players have been picked up in this IPL, so they will have to go to their IPL teams after this match. Two more deliveries left in this over. Just 2 runs from this over so far. That's back of the length again, defended by Desorzi. Towards covers for another dot ball. A good over this from Zach Fox. Good tight lines and lengths, extra bounce, swing as well. This is what you get in New Zealand. It won't be flat conditions. The ball will move around. It will get some bounce as well. Last ball of the over. Comes down the wicket, goes for the drive, unable to make connection. So 3 consecutive dot balls to finish the over. Excellent over from Zach Fox. Just 2 runs came from that over. And South Africa are 10 without loss after 2 overs. So Kyle Jamieson continuing into his second over. As Mulder comes down the wicket, hits it straight down the ground for 4. That's a great way to start the over, using his feet and smashing it back down the ground. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, that beats the outside edge. That's a beauty from Kyle Jamieson, nipping away from the right-hander. And another dot ball from Jamieson. South Africa also have some talented batters. Connor Esterhuizen to come in after this. Played a good knock in the previous game. Third ball of the over coming up. That's cut away and it's gone through the hands, as it. They're coming back for 2. It was not a catching opportunity, it was a misfield. Hit very hard though by Jan Mulder. Width on offer there from Jamieson. Yeah, in fact, it was a catching opportunity. The catch has been put down. And another couple of runs. So how costly is that drop going to be? It was hit hard alright, but you need to take these catches at this level. 6 runs from the first 3 balls of this over. 4th ball of the over coming up. Down the wicket again, swings and misses. There's another dot ball. 6 runs have come from this over so far. Still 2 balls left. Jan Mulder has been struggling for form in this series. Hasn't got the number of runs that he would have wanted. Oh, again goes for the drive. Again misses it. Again the ball swinging away from the right-hander. It's another dot ball. That's why the absence of Mitchell Santner can play a huge role in these games for New Zealand. Because Santner always picks up those important wickets in the middle overs. And the absence of Santner will be a huge blow. There are no doubt about that. Last ball of the over coming up. Again on the stumps, defended back to the bowler by Mulder. Another dot ball to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 16 without loss after 3 overs. Zach Fox continuing into his second over. Tony De Zorzi looking for the lap shot and unable to make proper connection on that. Premeditated a little bit there. Again a dot ball to start the over. Second ball of the over. Oh, that's a top edge over the slip. And that'll run away for 4 as well. Luck favouring South Africa here a little bit. Previous delivery just about missed the stumps. And now again the ball flying off the outside edge for another boundary. That's back of the length again, and De Zorzi defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Zach Fox. Well, it's a no ball and a free hit. Looks like Zach Fox has overstepped. So free hit delivery coming up. Oh, swings and misses. So the free hit doesn't cost much. The free hit doesn't cost much for New Zealand. That's really well bowled actually. Kept it outside the off stump. It's a dot ball of the free hit. 5 runs have come from this over, but Zach Fox will need to ensure it doesn't overstep like that. That is a costly mistake. Got away with it. Current run rate 6 runs and over. Oh, appeal for LBW and the finger goes up. First wicket for New Zealand. And it's Zach Fox who strikes. Are they going to go upstairs for the review? Moved right across the stumps there, looking to play across the line. That's stone dead, I think. And De Zorzi will start to walk. He doesn't even bother to go upstairs for the review because I think he knows he went too far across the stumps. Looking to play across the line. Playing across the line to a straight delivery is not a great idea. That's absolutely plumb in front. Finger went up straight away by the umpire. So an early breakthrough here for New Zealand. Zach Fox strikes. Tony Desorzi is gone after scoring 12 runs from 14 balls. And South Africa are now 21 for 1 after 3.4 overs. Well, Zach Fox has been swinging the ball really well. Ball is swinging in the air, bouncing. Plenty of assistance. So Ruben Herman is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 3. Very interesting decision. Connor Esterhuizen is a much better batter than Ruben Herman is what I feel. But Ruben Herman is coming in at number 3. Two more deliveries left in this over. 5th ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's another absolute chaffer. This is magnificent from Zach Fox. A ball nipping away late from Ruben Herman there. And another dot ball. Even in flat conditions like Eden Park, South Africa couldn't get enough runs on the board. So their batting will be very important. That's back of the length, flicked away by Ruben Herman and gets off the mark with a single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Tony Desorzi. And South Africa are now 22 for 1 after 4 overs. Well, beating New Zealand in New Zealand is not an easy job to do. Any team that does that deserves special appreciation. Can South Africa do it today? That is the big question. Ben Sears is the new bowler into the attack for New Zealand. Has bowled really well in this series so far. Ruben Herman is on strike. Ben Sears coming over the wicket to Ruben Herman. It's full driven straight to covers. Again a dot ball to start the over. I think Connor Esterhuizen should have come in at number 3. I think maybe this is some experimentation which South Africa are trying. Although series on the line, you would want to do your best things. Oh, again beats the outside edge. It's another good delivery there from Ben Sears. Ruben Herman struggling a little bit, not able to put bat to ball. These are all quick bowlers. New Zealand always produce some good fast bowlers. They are really good fast bowlers actually. This is not even the main team. The main team has Matt Hendry, Jacob Duffy, Lockie Ferguson. They are the main team. This is the B team. That's pulled away leg side and that's all the way. That's a massive shot. That is what is needed from Ruben Herman. He got the length that he was looking for. He's good with the pull shot. And he's deposited that over deep square leg for the first 6 of this innings. Wonderful pickup shot from Ruben Herman. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Full this time, driven again in the gap for 4. That's another gorgeous cover drive. So this is what Ruben Herman can do. And he got the fuller length delivery this time and found the gap beautifully. So 6 and a 4 from Ruben Herman. Little bit of pressure on Ben Sears. Started the over well, but has faltered in the last couple of deliveries. Oh, that's again back of the length. That's the length that Ben Sears should be bowling consistently. Beats the outside edge of Ruben Herman again. Back of the length delivery is what is troubling Ruben Herman a little bit. Anything too short or too full, Ruben Herman is going to pounce on it. That is for sure. 10 runs have come from this over. Last ball of the over coming up. It's shot again, pulled again, past that fielder. And that'll run away for 4 as well. So another boundary here for Ruben Herman. Too short once again from Ben Sears and punished to the fence. 14 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 36 for 1 after 5 overs. So an expensive over there from Ben Sears. Whenever he missed his length, Ruben Herman was punishing him. So Zach Fox continuing into his third over the wicket to Mulder. And Mulder gets an inside edge. Good fielding at mid-wicket. Try at the stumps. That could have been very close had he hit the stumps there. Ian Mulder hasn't got much of the strike actually. He's batting on 7 from 10 balls. There was a dropped catch of him as well at covers. And had he hit, he might have been gone actually, Ruben Herman. Second ball of the over. Shot again, pulled away, leg side. Caught it high on the bat, it's towards deep square leg. And Ian Mulder picks up another single. Ruben Herman is back on strike, folks, coming around the wicket. Oh, that's angling onto the pads. Oh, was that a catching opportunity? It's gone through the hands. They'll pick up 2 for sure. Oh dear. I think that was a catching opportunity there. Ben Sears has put it down. And they've also picked up another couple of runs. What is happening with the fielding? Not able to take your catches. The second opportunity going down. The catch was put down of Mulder. This was a much difficult chance, you can say, but still you need to take these catches. Now, how costly is these catches going to be? That is the big question. Zach Fox is switched over the wicket now. Fourth ball of the over. That's full again, driven straight, hits the stumps at the non-striker's end. It's another dot ball here. Ruben Herman not happy because it's a good shot. The stumps stopping the boundary there. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Current run rate 6.88. Goes for the drive again, straight to covers though. Another dot ball. This is good, really good bowling from Zach Fox. Just 3 runs coming from this over. Still 1 ball left. He has been really good so far. Only 1 ball left in the power play. The last ball of the over coming up. That's pulled away over the top, and that will run away for 4 as well. So a great way to finish the over from Ruben Herman. 2 short there from Zach Fox and punished to the boundary. So 7 runs came from that over, and South Africa are now 43 for 1 after 6 overs after the power play. So the power play is over and some spin being introduced here into the attack. Cole McConkie is a new bowler into the attack for New Zealand. A short and wide cut away by Van Mulder towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Ruben Herman is back on strike, batting on 21 from just 12 balls with 3 boundaries and 1 6 at a strike rate of 175. He is really taking on the bowlers. McConkie coming around the wicket. He has a good record against left-handers. And that's cut away. Good fielding at covers. Again another dot ball from Cole McConkie. He has a good record against left-handers, Cole McConkie, so you need to be careful. Has dismissed a lot of left-handers in his bowling. Another quicker ball flicked away leg side by Ruben Herman. Will push for 2, I think. Long on coming around. Ruben Herman picks up another couple of runs. In the previous few matches, I think South Africa lost a lot of wickets, so they need to try and keep their wickets in hand. Very important. Try and take the innings deep, as deep as possible. Cut away again, down the ground to long off. And Ruben Herman picks up another single. Keeping the wickets in hand is very, very important. That is where they lost that second T20 and third T20 as well. The more number of wickets you lose, the more pressure builds. Two more deliveries left in this over. Van Mulder is back on strike. Comes down the wicket, looking to flick it away. Leading edge. Doesn't carry to the fielder, but another dot ball. A really good over so far. But as we always know, many number of times we have seen the last ball of an over going for 4. It always happens. Something about the last ball of an over, particularly a good over like this. No, it doesn't happen this time. Down the ground to long on for another single to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over. South Africa are now 48 for 1 after 7 overs. But I think New Zealand should have batted first. Maybe they could have batted first. They could post a big score. Maybe that could have put some pressure on South Africa actually, because bowling first is a big risk. We saw even in the previous game in which South Africa women opted to bowl first, and New Zealand women just smashed 194. So you run a risk of doing that. Jimmy Neesham, new bowler, into the attack. Oh, extra bounce. Mulder coming down the wicket and missing it. Again a dot ball to start the over. Jimmy Neesham bringing himself into the attack. Decent bowler, alright, but his batting form has taken a big hit. He hasn't contributed much with the bat in recent times, but his bowling has been reasonably good. Even in the T20 World Cup final, he picked up 3 wickets. But definitely, when you look at New Zealand's bowling lineup, you think of Jimmy Neesham, you think weak link. That's straight down the ground. Straight down the ground for 4 from Ian Mulder. That's a great shot down the ground there. 50 comes up for South Africa. 50 comes up in 7.2 overs. Now Ian Mulder picking up his second boundary in this innings. The third ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes for a paddle shot. Unable to make connection. It's given as a wide actually. Very surprising. As Mulder moved across to the off stump. Still given as a wide. So Neesham has to reload that one again. Neesham is a reasonably good bowler, but definitely the weak link in New Zealand's bowling, because he doesn't have any extra pace or anything like that. He's just bowling at normal pace, and batters are always thinking to target him. Goes for the drive again. Good fielding at covers. Another dot ball from Neesham. As long as he's bowling dot balls, it's good. But he can always go for runs as well. The fourth ball of the over coming up. Full toss is gone for the paddle again. It's over the keeper, and that will run away, will it? No, it won't. Good fielding in the deep. They'll pick up another couple of runs here. Ian Mulder once again going for the scoop shot, somehow getting it over the keeper. Was a low full toss though. He could have hit it through the line itself. 7 runs from this over so far. Still 2 balls left. Ian Mulder is batting on 16 from 18 balls. Oh, is that a wide down the leg side? I think it's taken the pad on its way. Umpire is unmoved, so it's not a wide. It's a dot ball. So really good over actually from Jimmy Neesham. 7 runs, not a bad over at all. Still 1 ball left. Current run rate 7.02. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes for the cut shot again, misses it again. Another dot ball to finish the over. Good over actually from Jimmy Neesham. 7 runs came from that over, and South Africa are now 55 for 1 after 8 overs. So Cole McConkey is continuing into his second over. Ruben Herman flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Ian Mulder is back on strike. Again, his strike rate is a big problem here. 16 from 20 balls with only 2 boundaries at a strike rate of 80. He's a much better batter than that, but somehow he hasn't lived up to his potential. Full shot here, it's in the air though, and it's taken. Oh dear, it's gone over. It's gone over for 6. He's palmed it over. The fielder at deep mid wicket. I don't know, Mark Chapman is it, the fielder? I don't think he's even playing this game. Looks like Mark Chapman. He somehow palmed it over. That should have been a catch. Normally New Zealand have set good standards for fielding, but somehow they have put down 3 catches already. So 6 there from Ian Mulder. Third ball of the over coming up. Shot again. This time he's got it cleaner and longer. All the way for another 6. Back-to-back 6s from Ian Mulder. Once again 2 shots from Cole McConkey. And Mulder pouncing on it. So 13 runs on the first 3 balls of this over. Ian Mulder on the charge here. Back-to-back 6s. The first one could have been a catching opportunity, or the next one even more cleaner. 3 more deliveries left in this over. That's flicked away leg side by Mulder. Gonna push for 2 here. Can't get 2, just a single. Ruben Herman is back on strike. This time Herman goes for the cut shot, but straight to the fielder at covers. It's another dot ball from Cole McConkey. Very surprising that New Zealand's catching has been all over the place until now. Normally a good catching team. That's hit straight back down the ground for 4. Smashed back past the bowler by Ruben Herman. Another boundary to finish the over. Expensive over from Cole McConkey. 18 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 73 for 1 after 9 overs. So Ben Sears is back into the attack. Had an expensive first over, conceded 14 runs in his first over. Is into his second over. Current run rate 8.11. South Africa on the charge here. Looking to play big shots. 50 partnership also completed between these 2 batters. As Mulder gives himself room, defends it back to the bowler. Partnership of 52 from 33 balls between Ruben Herman and Ian Mulder. Second ball of the over coming up. Shot again, it's pulled down the ground towards long on, and Mulder picks up another single. Ruben Herman is back on strike. This time it's flicked away leg side, and Herman picks up another single here. Now Ian Mulder is back on strike. Oh, is that a wide down the leg side? No, it's not. It's a dot ball. And they already went for the pull shot. I don't know how was that not a wide though. If it has not hit the bat, if it has hit the bat, it should be out. If it has not hit the bat, it's a wide. But umpire gave neither of them. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Can they get to 170, 180 here? That will be a really good total to defend. Oh, almost chopped it on. Was looking to guide it away towards third man, I think. Gave himself room. Almost chopped it on to his stumps there. I think it's Ian Mulder's day today. Just about missed the stumps. Luck favoring South Africa here big time. Catches being put down, ball not going onto the stumps. Last ball of the over coming up. That's driven again towards deep extra covers, and Ian Mulder picks up another single to finish the over. Still a good over from Ben Sears. 3 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 76 for 1 after 10 overs at the halfway mark of this innings. And it's also the time for the drinks break. So we come to the end of the drinks break. Josh Clarkson is the new bowler into the attack for New Zealand. South Africa are 76 for 1 after 10 overs. Ian Mulder is on strike. Josh Clarkson over the wicket. Oh, that's up in the air. Then this should be a catching opportunity. And it's taken at covers. So the second wicket falls for South Africa. Completely mistimed there from Ian Mulder. And a simple catch at covers. And Josh Clarkson brought into the attack, strikes immediately. I think the ball swung late there. And Ian Mulder unfortunately not able to get hold of it. Jimmy Neesham completing the catch, safe pair of hands. And that is exactly what New Zealand wanted. Needed to break this partnership. Ian Mulder is gone after scoring 31 from 29 balls, and South Africa are now 76 for 2 after 10.1 overs. I think corner Esther Huijsen will come in now. Jason Smith, Dean Forrester, George Linde and Gerald Coetzee to come in. They're still batting left. The corner Esther Huijsen on strike. What a start to the spell for Josh Clarkson. The corner Esther Huijsen is a man in form for South Africa. That's back of the length, defended again towards point. Another dot ball from Josh Clarkson. The third ball of the over coming up. Let's cut away, it's in the gap. And it will go towards deep extra covers. Corner Esther Huijsen gets off the mark with a couple of runs. Three more deliveries left in this over. Corner Esther Huijsen is on strike. That's on the pads again. Flicked away by Esther Huijsen. Might push for two once again. No, they can't get two this time. Just a single for corner Esther Huijsen. Ruben Herman is back on strike. Two more deliveries left in this over. Josh Clarkson looking to take the pace off, I think. Coming around the wicket, Ruben Herman. That's full again, driven back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Josh Clarkson. Jason Smith, Dean Forrester, they can all bat. Last ball of the over coming up. That's driven. Oh, put down again. Oh dear. Got a hand on it. But it's put down again. It's been that kind of day. Fourth catch goes down. 3 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Ian Mulder. And South Africa are now 79 for 2 after 11 overs. So 9 overs left in this innings. Catches going down from the New Zealand fielders. Cole McConkie is back into the attack. Had an expensive previous over. Vian Mulder took him down for a couple of sixes. Now coming around the wicket to Esterhuizen. That's flicked away again by Connor Esterhuizen. Picks up another single. Gives a strike back to Ruben Herman, who's having a lucky day today. Another quicker ball, and it's hit down the ground again by Herman towards long on, and picks up another single. I don't know what the issue is with Ruben Herman at the moment. Connor Esterhuizen is back on strike. Oh, he goes straight up in the air though. Has he got enough on it? Has he got enough on it? I think he has. Just clears the fielders for 6. It didn't look as though he had gotten hold of it. It looked like it had gone straight up in the air, but somehow it has gone all the way. First 6 for Connor Esterhuizen in this innings. And another catch put down as well. Leading edge down the ground, and Connor Esterhuizen picks up another single. Ruben Herman is back on strike. And just need to count the number of catches put down today. Ridiculous how many catches have been put down. That's pulled down the ground towards long on. Ruben Herman picks up another single. 10 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over. Flicked away again by Esterhuizen towards deep mid wicket, and picks up another single to finish the over. 11 runs came from that over, and South Africa are now 90 for 2 after 12 overs. So Josh Clarkson is going to be continuing into his second over. Connor Esterhuizen on strike. Well, it's given as a wide, I think. In fact, it's given as a no ball. No ball and a free hit. I think it slipped out of the hands for Josh Clarkson. So a free hit delivery coming up here. Esterhuizen on strike. Free hit delivery coming up from Clarkson. That's full, swung away leg side towards deep mid wicket, and Connor Esterhuizen picks up another single. So the free hit hasn't costed much for Josh Clarkson. Ruben Herman is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. That's full again. It's driven down the ground by Herman. Down to long on for another single. Seven overs left after this. That's another full ball smashed down the ground by Connor Esteroizen towards long on for another single. Three more deliveries left in this over. Ruben Herman back on strike. Low full toss and smack down the ground to long on for another single. So 5 runs from this over so far, still 2 balls left. Esteroizen back on strike. Full toss, it's gone high up in the air though. And has it gone long enough? No, it hasn't. It's landed short of the fielder at deep square leg. And another couple of runs for Connor Esteroizen, but that was asking to be hit actually. Very poor delivery from Josh Clarkson and he gets away with it. Attempted slow ball gone wrong. Almost got a wicket with that delivery. Last ball of the over. And that's driven away over the top. And oh, it goes through the fielder as well into the boundary for 4. 100 comes up for South Africa here. 100 comes up in 13 overs. 11 runs came from that over from Josh Clarkson, and South Africa are now 101 for 2 after 13 overs. So Kyle Jamieson is back into the attack for New Zealand. 7 overs left in this innings. South Africa going along really well here. Oh, he goes for a big shot. It's another top edge. And oh, it lands safely. How lucky have the South African batters been today? Another couple of runs for Ruben Herman. Mistimed shots not going into the hands of any fielders. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, swings and misses. There's another dot ball from Kyle Jamieson. Third ball of the over. That's pulled away again down the ground to long on. And Ruben Herman picks up another single. Corner Esther Huizen is back on strike. That's a wide down the leg side. Jamieson has to reload that one again. Another extra run, extra ball. This New Zealand team is lacking quality spinners in the absence of Mitchell Santner. Mitchell Santner was doing that role really well for them. Another wide down the leg side. Back-to-back wides from Jamieson. Again has to reload that one again. So South Africa at the moment in a good position with still more than 6 overs left. 8 wickets in hand, 2 set batters at the crease. Shot again, pulled away by Sir Huizen. Will that run away for 4? No one there at deep square leg. And that runs away to the boundary for 4 as well, I think. Yeah, given as a boundary. So Esther Huizen with another boundary here. Two more deliveries left in this over. Pressure mounting on the New Zealand bowlers at the moment. That's driven straight. Oh, almost onto the stumps there. It's another dot ball though. Almost went off Jamieson's hands back onto the stumps. One more delivery left in this over. Nine runs have come from this over. Last ball of the over coming up. That's full again. Driven down the ground to long off. And corner Esther Huizen picks up another single to finish the over. So 10 runs came from that over from Kyle Jamieson. And South Africa are now 111 for 2 after 14 overs with 6 more overs to go. Jimmy Neesham is back into the attack here for New Zealand. Conceded 7 runs in his first over. That's a full toss and Esther Huizen hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to start the over. Ruben Herman is back on strike. That's full again, driven down the ground by Ruben Herman towards long off and picks up another single. 2 singles to start this over. Third ball of the over. Oh, that's pulled away. That's massive. That's all the way for 6. That's a big shot from Connor Esterhuizen. Length ball from Jimmy Neesham and deposited that one over deep square leg. He's a good talent, is this Connor Esterhuizen. Can't bowl looseness to him. He'll dispatch you. So a boundary after quite a long time for Connor Esterhuizen. A big shot there. Full again. Oh, a little bit of an inside edge. He'll pick up another single though. And Ruben Herman back on strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. Full toss, is hit it in the air, down the ground to long off. And another single for Ruben Herman. 11 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over coming up. That's driven again by Esterhuizen through the covers for 4. I think, it beats long off into the boundary for 4. New Zealand's fielding has been all over the place today. They've just not been able to stop anything or catch anything. 14 runs came from that over from Jimmy Neesham. And South Africa are now 125 for 2 after 15 overs. So 5 more overs left in this innings, and South Africa, well, they defended 165 in the previous game, so if they cross that 160-170 mark, they'll back themselves to defend again. Because they have the bowling. Botnil Bartman, Gerald Coetzee, Maharaj have all been bowling well. Ben Sears back into the attack. Now that's a top edge. Now at least this should be taken. Oh, has it been taken? It has. What a catch. What a catch from Nick Kelly. Makes up for all the dropped catches previously by picking off a one-handed stunner there. Absolutely brilliant. Stuck his left hand out there and the ball stuck. So finally we see a piece of brilliance in the field from New Zealand. So many dropped catches before this, but that will stand tall. That will be one of the best catches in world cricket, that is for sure. A terrific catch from Nick Kelly there, and a much needed breakthrough for New Zealand because this partnership was starting to look dangerous. Ruben Herman is gone after scoring 39 from 31 balls, and South Africa are now 125 for 3 after 15.1 overs. A terrific catch there actually from Nick Kelly, breaking the partnership. Ben Sears getting the breakthrough. Finally, a catch being taken. And that too a brilliant catch. That is what was needed actually. So many drop catches, so many misfields. Very unlike New Zealand. Normally they set some good standards in the field. But Connor Esterhuizen himself, I think, was put down a couple of times. Jan Mulder was put down a couple of times. Ruben Herman himself was put down a few times, but then eventually getting out. So Dean Forrester coming in at number 5, a decent enough batter. I still have Jason Smith, George Linde, Gerald Coetzee to come in after this. They can get past 160, they'll back themselves once again to defend it with their bowling. Goes for the drive, unable to make connection. Another dot ball from Ben Sears. As remember, this is New Zealand's B team. Not even B team, I would say C team. And their batting lacks experience. There's no doubt about that. If Finn Allen and Tim Seifert had been there, then it would have been a different story altogether. Even if Devon Conway had been there, it would have been a different story. But Catini Clark, Dane Cleaver, I'm not quite sure. They're all new to this stage. They're all new to international cricket. That's driven away by Dean Forrester. Good ball, beats that fielder at point. Coming back for 2, chance of run out. Well, good running actually. But misfield there. Again at point, not able to stop that ball. Should have been only a single. But in the end, gave away a couple of runs. These are all valuable runs actually. Dean Forrester is a good striker of the ball, no doubt about that. He can strike them really well. That's hit straight down the ground, beats Stoke. Fielder got a hand on it. It might not reach the boundary, but they'll pick up another couple of runs. Saved a boundary there, that is for sure. So now you can see some spark in the field for New Zealand. That spark was missing all this while. A good shot there from Dean Forrester. He can whack them. He has the capability of whacking them. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Connor Esterhuizen, the set batter at the non-striker's end. That's flicked away again. Looking to push for 2 once again. They might get 2 again. Yes, they will. Again, good running. Good running has made his ground. Converting ones into 2s. Really good running here from Dean Forrester. 6 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. So last ball of the over coming up. See Ben Sears coming around the wicket. Coming over the wicket. That's short of length on a length. Pulled away about towards square leg. Another single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Ruben Herman. And South Africa are now 132 for 3 after 16 overs. So 4 more overs left. Anything close to 170, 180 probably. It's not impossible. They can get it. It'll take some getting for New Zealand, that is for sure. All little inexperienced batters, but they have the capability. But it'll be tough at the international level. Particularly in a must-win game like this, series on the line for both the teams. Cole McConkie is going to be bowling the 17th over. Coming around the wicket to Dean Forrester. And Forrester drives it down the ground to long off and picks up another single to start the over. Connor Esterhuizen is back on strike. Current run rate 8.23. Around the wicket, McConkie. Oh, he goes for a big shot. It's gone off the pads. Short fine leg is in place. Connor Esterhuizen picks up another single. 1 leg by as it is. The Dean Forrester is back on strike. Third ball of the over. That's full again, driven down the ground to long off. Forrester picks up another single. 3 singles in this over, still 3 balls left. Good over so far from McConkey. Esterhuizen will surely be looking for the big shot. Oh, that swung away leg side. Fielder will watch as the ball sails over for 6. What a shot that is from corner Esterhuizen. A flat 6 over deep mid wicket. Much needed 6 for South Africa. That's full this time, paddled away straight to short fine leg. Another dot ball from McConkey. 9 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. A really good 6 there from Esterhuizen. Clean striker of the ball. Last ball of the over coming up. There goes again, and he's got that one again. That's all the way as well. Another 6 to finish the over. So it makes it an expensive over. 15 runs came from that over from McConkey. And South Africa are now 147 for 3 after 17 overs. The corner Esterhuizen is playing a fantastic knock here. Whenever it's needed, he's providing the 6s that is needed. Cole McConkey, unfortunately, an off day today. Run for 48 in his 4 overs. Taken to the cleaners by the South African batters. 3 more overs left in this innings. Zach Fox is back into the attack. Corner Esterhuizen on 49 is at the non-striker's end. Clean striking from corner Esterhuizen. So Zach Fox into his last over has bowled well so far. Oh, that's guided away. It's in the gap for 4. Beautifully guided away there by Dean Forrester. Beats that fielder at short third man. And another boundary to start the over. 150 comes up for South Africa. 150 comes up in 17.1 overs. Shot again, goes for the pull, misses it. And a dot ball from Zach Fox. Looks like they'll get to 170 here at this stage. More than 170 on the cards. Third ball of the over coming up. That's full again, driven again by Forrester towards covers. And picks up another single. Gives the strike back to corner Esterhuizen on 49 from just 23 balls. I don't know why New Zealand have weakened their batting lineup. Very tough to chase these totals. Three more deliveries left in this over. Esterhuizen on strike. Slow ball, looking to flick it away. It's gone off the pads, I think. It's gone off the pads. I'm not quite sure whether it's bat or pad. 1 leg by it is, so he hasn't got his half century yet. Single will be completed, but he's still on 49. because it went off the pads. The Dean Forrester back on strike. So good comeback after conceding the boundary of the first ball of the over. Last ball of the over coming up. No, fifth ball of the over, and Forrester goes down the ground, long on in play, takes off, puts it down. Oh my goodness, Bevan Jacobs. Can't get simpler than that. What is happening here? What is happening to New Zealand in the field? Straight down the throat of long on. Even at school level, you will take those catches, I think. I don't know how you drop those catches at international level. Last ball of the over coming up. That shot again pulled away by Esterhuizen towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, and South Africa are now 155 for 3 after 18 overs with 2 more overs to go. 50 for Connor Esterhuizen. Terrific knock from him. 50 from 25 balls with 3 boundaries and 4 sixers at a strike rate of 200. Once again taking South Africa to a really good total here. New Zealand have been very, very ordinary in the field. Don't know whether they are taking this match seriously or not. Surely this is not the real New Zealand which we know. They are normally a really good fielding unit. But I think this is just a bilateral series, so I think they are just too casual, is what I would think. Jamieson bowling the penultimate over. It's gone straight up in the air. New Zealand, can they take a catch here? It's gone miles up in the air and it's put down again. They can't take a catch today, New Zealand. That is why you can't trust them. Couple of runs for Connor Esterhuizen. What is happening in the field for New Zealand? I'm not sure. It went straight up. They took one good catch today, New Zealand, but they have dropped 10 catches. Very, very unlike New Zealand. This is not the fielding standards that they are setting. That is for sure. Second ball of the over coming up. Full again. It's smashed down the ground for 4. That's what happens when you drop your catches. Smash straight back down the ground. Into the boundary for 4. 160 comes up. Still 10 balls left in this innings. Now, this is not going to be an easy run chase for New Zealand because they have weakened their batting lineup as well. Goes big again. That's a massive shot. That's all the way for 6. It's Esterhuizen's day today. And he is making it count. 4 and a 6. Pick the slow ball. Deposits it over deep mid wicket. Moves to 62 from just 28 balls. Three more deliveries left in this over. 12 runs have come from this over so far. Dropping catches. Too many catches put down. South Africa women were also guilty of doing that in the women's T20 series, and now New Zealand men's team are also doing the same mistakes. As we see another single here. Already South Africa have scored more than what they scored in the previous game. Still 8 balls left in this innings. New Zealand just not able to take a catch. Dean Forrester back on strike. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Swings and misses. Dot ball here from Jamieson. Valuable dot ball. One more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. Dion Forrester on strike. Full toss, he's got that one, I think. Has he got it long enough? Yes, he has. All the way for another 6 to finish the over. Full toss from Jamieson. And Forrester has deposited that way back into the crowd for another 6. 19 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 174 for 3 after 19 overs with one more over to go. So one more over left. They're going to go above 180, I think. 190, they can go push towards 190 here. New Zealand haven't helped themselves in the field. So South Africa's match this. They can win this match and win the series. In the absence of Santner, New Zealand are not looking good at all. They needed Mitchell Santner for one more match. Try and win the series and then he could have gone back. Because this is a very, very ordinary New Zealand team, that is for sure. South Africa are big time favourites. Ben Sears is going to bowl the last over. Connor Esther, who is going to be on strike. Connor Esther, who is on 63 from 29 balls. Here's Ben Sears with the last over. Full toss, hits it down the ground to long on. One bounce, two bounces to long on, and they'll push for another couple of runs to start the over. The previous T20, Ben Sears bowled a fantastic last over actually. Didn't concede many runs. 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 51 from 24 balls between Dion Forrester and Connor Esther Huijsen. Really good partnership. Second ball of the over coming up. That's cut away over the top of covers and that'll go one bounce and into the boundary for 4. In fact, it's gone all the way, I think. All the way for 6 from Esther Huijsen. They've crossed 180 with that 6. Still 4 balls left. Brilliant batting. Again, and that's 4 more, I think. Yes, it is. 6 and a 4 from Esther Huijsen. He is smashing it all over the park today. Moves to 75 from 32 balls. And moving closer to 190 here with 3 more deliveries left in this innings. Fourth ball of the over. Goes again. It's high up in the air though. This should be taken. This should be taken. And it is taken. Woof. Jimmy Neesham takes the catch. And the 4th wicket goes down for South Africa there. What is Esther Huijsen waiting for? Checking the height of the delivery probably. Oh dear. Last thing you want is a no ball at this stage. The ball is clearly dipping, so it will be a legal delivery. It will be a fair delivery. It's not above the waist. So Connor Esther Huijsen will have to go. But a magnificent knock from Connor Esther Huijsen comes to an end. Out is the call. So the 4th wicket goes down. Connor Esther Huijsen out after a fantastic knock of 75 from 33 balls. And South Africa are now 186 for 4 after 19.4 overs. So after dropping around 10 or 15 catches, finally they hold on to a catch. Jimmy Neesham taking the catch at long off. Seriously, this is one of the weakest New Zealand teams that can ever play international cricket. That is for sure. They're just not able to catch a ball. Not able to catch a ball. They're not able to bat. I think, I don't know, I think they're not taking this bilateral series seriously. It's just an entertainment factor. The real tournament will start from IPL, I think. Jason Smith, new batter to the crease. Two balls left in this innings. Oh, and Jason Smith swings and misses. Dot ball at this stage. Dot ball from Ben Sears. It's going to take some chasing. Not going to be an easy run chase at all this for New Zealand. South Africa have the upper hand. It's been a brilliant knock from Connor Esterhuizen. I think you could see the relief on Neesham's face as well after taking that catch. How many catches put down before that? Maybe if they had taken their catches, South Africa wouldn't have scored so much, because South Africa are also not playing their main team. Last ball of the innings coming up. Jason Smith on strike. Oh, goes for the pull shot, gets it on the pad, chance of run out, but they will complete the single. So good finish actually from Ben Sears, but still a very big total this from South Africa. 13 runs came from the last over, including the wicket of Connor Esterhuizen. And South Africa finished their 20 overs on 187 for 4 at the end of their 20 overs. Really good effort, really good batting performance from South Africa. Connor Esterhuizen, the top scorer, 75 not out from 33 balls. Ably supported by Dean Forrester as well, 21 not out from 13 balls. And Ruben Herman also played his part, 39 from 31 balls. Vian Mulder, 31 from 29 balls. Tony Desorzi, 12 from 14. Everyone played their part. Unfortunately though for New Zealand, very poor fielding today, very poor catching. They dropped around 10 or 11 catches were put down today. I mean, that is not good at all as far as New Zealand are concerned. And we look at New Zealand's bowling card. Zach Fox was the pick of the bowlers, 1 for 22 in his 4 overs. Ben Sears, 2 for 37 in his 4 overs. Cole McConkie was taken to the cleaners, none for 48 in his 4. Kyle Jamieson, none for 43 in his 4. Josh Clarkson bowled 2 overs, picked up 1 wicket for 14. And Jimmy Neesham bowled a couple of overs for 21 as well. But I think the bowling was decent, but you need the fielders to back up the bowlers. If you're going to drop 10 or 12 catches, that is not going to help the cause. However well you bowl, you need to take your catches when it matters. And I think that is where New Zealand have faltered. But South Africa finished with 187. New Zealand, when they come out to bat, will need 188 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs to win this match and win this T20 series as well. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. So hi guys, welcome back to the run chase here. It's a huge target for New Zealand. 188 runs needed in their 20 overs to win this series 3-2. The winner takes it all. And both the openers for New Zealand are out in the middle. Clarke and Tim Robinson are opening the batting for New Zealand. Their bowling and fielding has been all over the place in this game, very unlike New Zealand. Gerald Coetzee has the new ball in his hand. He's going to be bowling the first over for South Africa. And we're all in readiness to get going. Clarke is on strike. And off we go. Gerald Coetzee with the first ball of the run chase. Clarke on strike. It's back of the length, defended by Clarke towards covers and gets off the mark with a single straight away. New Zealand also off the mark. Gives a strike back to Tim Robinson. So Tim Robinson is on strike, second ball of the innings. Oh, appeal for LBW. Where has he got hit on? Has he got it on the pads? Or did that keep low? I think it kept low a little bit there. Ball didn't stand up. Ooh, that's hit him on the private area. He'll be having a guard there, so that won't affect him much. Tim Robinson is a good batter actually. Third ball of the over coming up. And Robinson gives himself room, goes over the top. Over covers, and will that run away for 4? Oh, good fielding as he touched the rope. I'm not quite sure. Tim Robinson gets off the mark with with 3 runs in fact. But has he touched the rope there? Need to check the fielder there. Has he touched the rope or not? Looks like a good batting wicket this. I think the fielder has done well. So only 3 runs for Tim Robinson. Gives a strike back to Clarke. Clarke played well in the Super Smash tournament, but this is international cricket. How can he bring that form to international cricket? That is the big question. That's on the stumps again, flicked away by Clarke. Another dot ball. Clarke was smashing it everywhere in the Super Smash tournament. Played for the Northern Brave, part of the title winning team of Northern Brave this year. But international cricket is a much more higher level. Fifth ball of the over. Down the track and smashes it down the ground to mid-off. Picks up another single. Five runs from this over so far. Still 1 ball left. Tim Robinson back on strike. The last ball of the over coming up. That's on the pads. Flicked away by Robinson. That's beautiful timing. And that might run away for 4, will it? Oh, good fielding actually at deep square leg again. And another couple of runs. In fact, another 3 runs for Tim Robinson. So we have had 2 threes in that over. 8 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 8 without loss after 1 over. Required run rate is 9.47. Good start here from New Zealand. Wian Mulder is going to be bowling the second over of this innings. New bowler into the attack for South Africa. Tim Robinson on strike. And that's punched away by Tim Robinson. It's in the gap again. And deep extra covers again comes around. Another couple of runs for Tim Robinson. If New Zealand have learnt anything from the previous match, they should keep their wickets in hand. Second ball of the over coming up. That's flicked away again by Robinson towards deep square leg and picks up another single. Cateny Clark is back on strike. If anyone remembers that Super Smash Northern Brave team, Cateny Clark and Brett Hampton, both of them were opening the batting. Brett Hampton was batting at a different level as well, along with Cateny Clark. Familiar conditions for Cateny Clark, but international quality bowling. Third ball of the over. Wide down the leg side. Oh, in fact, it's given. It's given. Finger goes up. First wicket for South Africa here. Nicked down the leg side from Cateny Clark. And it's been taken. And I don't know whether he's going to go for the review. He doesn't go for it. I think there's a clear nick through to the keeper there. Connor Esterhuizen completes the catch. Wian Mulder gets the breakthrough. So early wickets is what South Africa wanted. They've got an early one here. Cateny Clark is on his way after scoring just 2 runs from 4 balls, and New Zealand are now 11 for 1 after 1.3 overs. I thought it was a casual wide down the leg side, but he's nicked it through to the keeper. Dane Cleaver is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 3. Big challenge for all these youngsters. Required run rate 9.57. I think the previous run chase was much more chaseable than this one. Fourth T20. They should have won that game actually, but they lost too many wickets and they lost it there. And now this game, it's looking even more tough. And Dane Cleaver has had a good Super Smash as well. A Super Smash is different from international cricket. You look at all the batters to come after this. Only Jimmy Neesham is international quality. That's flicked away by Dane Cleaver. Gets off the mark with a single. Tim Robinson is back on strike. Only Jimmy Neesham is international quality. All the others are talents from Super Smash. New talents. Obviously, they won't have experience of chasing down such high required run rates and against international quality fast bowling. Definitely that will be a huge drawback for New Zealand. I can understand Santner going for IPL. Why was Devon Conway and Tom Latham dropped? I'm not able to understand. That's driven down the ground, past mid-off. That'll run away for 4. That's a good shot from Tim Robinson. He is the key batter in this run chase for New Zealand. If they have to get anywhere close to this run chase. Picks up the first boundary of this innings. The last ball of the over coming up. That's back of the length, defended back to the bowler. Another dot ball to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Cateny Clark. And New Zealand are now 16 for 1 after 2 overs. Gerald Coetzee back into the attack. Cleaver comes down the wicket, gets an inside edge towards mid-on and picks up another single to start the over. Well, in the olden days, even in bilateral series, teams used to play with full strength teams. Now we are seeing B teams and C teams clashing against each other in bilateral series. I don't know whether it's a good sign or not. We want the main teams to clash and see who is the better team in that. Not these B teams and C teams. Don't know why they are not taking these series seriously. Swings and misses. There's another dot ball from Gerald Coetzee. Tim Robinson holds the key here. Just like what Connor Esterhuizen did for South Africa, he needs to really get a big score here. Because New Zealand have got themselves to blame actually. I don't know why they have dropped Conway, Latham. They're all good batters. They were batting. Latham in fact was scored a half century in Eden Park. Still he has been sidelined. That's another swing and a miss. Another dot ball. So good start to this over here from Coetzee. Robinson just getting a little restless here, looking for boundaries. The fourth ball of the over coming up. That's pulled away by Robinson towards deep square leg and picks up another single. Dan Cleaver is back on strike. Oh, that's another short ball. Dan Cleaver ducks underneath it. Another dot ball from Coetzee. The last ball of the over coming up. Down the track, in the air and taken, no, put down. Now it's South Africa's turn to put down catches. First catch goes down in the run chase. And it's Jason Smith who has put it down. Dear oh dear, 3 runs came from that over from Gerald Coetzee. And New Zealand are now 19 for 1 after 3 overs. Well, what is it with dropping catches today? Both the teams trying their best to drop catches. South Africa's turn to put down catches now. How costly is that going to prove? Dan Cleaver is a good batter actually. Won't take a long time before they do well in international level. Wian Mulder into his second over. Goes for a paddle shot. It's high up in the air though. Clears the fine leg fielder. And it doesn't reach the boundary. They'll pick up another couple of runs to start the over. Very, very innovative shot attempted there by Cleaver. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's cut away again in the air. Oh, has it been put down again? Oh my goodness. What is happening here? Another couple of runs. Have they made a decision that they are not going to take any catches today or what? Another catch goes down, and this time it's South Africa. Second catch going down here. Dipping on him, a tough catch. But at the end of the day, South Africa have also put down 2 catches now. Just like how New Zealand kept on dropping catches, now South Africa are also having butter fingers, not sticking in the hands. Unbelievable what is happening here. Third ball of the over coming up. That's edged. Oh, just clears third man. That'll be 4. Just eluded that fielder at third man. And Dane Cleaver picks up his first boundary, adding insult to injury. Put down catches. He will get paid for it. Well, we are seeing a drop-a-thon today. Plenty of drop catches. Fourth ball of the over coming up. That swung leg side, beats fine leg, 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries from Dan Cleaver. One of the outside edge, another one of the inside edge. So luck favoring Dane Cleaver here. And vital boundaries for New Zealand. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, uppercut beautifully over the keeper, and that'll be 4 as well. Back-to-back hat-trick of boundaries from Dane Cleaver. 2 catches were put down, and now it's New Zealand's turn to make South Africa pay for the drop catches. 16 runs from this over already, still 1 ball left. This is why you need to take your catches when they matter. Otherwise, it will prove very, very costly. Last ball of the over coming up. That's driven down the ground by Dane Cleaver. Picks up another single to finish the over. Expensive over from Ian Mulder. 17 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 36 for 1 after 4 overs. Well, don't the teams practice fielding? I suppose they have fielding coaches. They give them catching practice and fielding practice on the ground before the match. I don't know how simple catches, sitters, they are putting it down. Surely at the international level, they would have done so much of catching practice, so much of fielding they would have done. They should be at least taking the catches which are simpler. I can understand tough catches. In fact, fielders take even tough catches these days. They back themselves to take the tough catches. But these players are dropping some lollipops. Very, very unacceptable at this level. Bowling change here. George Linde is a new bowler into the attack. Coming around the wicket to Dane Cleaver. Oh, appeal for LBW. Umpire says not out. Now will they have a discussion about the review? They're not interested for the review, I think. Dot ball to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. That's a wide down the leg side. Has to reload that one again. Ball number 2 coming up again. Another wide from George Linde. Back-to-back wides, has to get his line right. Needs to bowl it on the stumps. This partnership now 27 from 16 balls. That's cut away by Cleaver. Oh, good fielding at covers. And they will complete the single. Tim Robinson is back on strike. Once again, it was in the air for a while, but landed short of the fielder at covers. Well, Robinson has to take the responsibility here. Has scored 14 from 10 balls. Oh, quicker delivery, almost went through. Went through with the arm. Robinson punches it back to the bowler. South African spinners have been good actually ever since the previous, even in the previous match. If you see, majority of the wickets, Keshav Maharaj and George Linde were bowling really well, stump to stump. They were taking the wickets. That's a full toss. Robinson hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. Dane Cleaver is back on strike. Required run rate is climbing higher here. Need to have a look at that. Another wide down the leg side. Again, George Linde has to reload that one. Third wide in this over. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's cut away straight to the fielder at covers. Again, a quicker ball from George Linde. Really good over this. Despite bowling 3 wides, he hasn't conceded a boundary. That's a win for South Africa. 5 runs from this over. Last ball of the over coming up. Pressure building here on New Zealand. Oh, looking to flick it away. Appeal for LBW again. Umpire says not out. Another single will be 1 leg byes, I think, to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over from George Linde. And New Zealand are now 42 for 1 after 5 overs. So pressure on New Zealand here, 15 overs, 146 needed. They have the wickets in hand, but the required run rate is climbing up. We need to have a look at that as well. There hasn't been a 6 in this innings so far. Otneil Bartman as the new bowler into the attack, has bowled really well for South Africa. Oh, goes for the paddle, misses it. Another dot ball to start the over. Otneil Bartman has been one of the best bowlers for South Africa in recent times. Very surprising that he didn't play the T20 World Cup. He should have been picked for the T20 World Cup, that is for sure, but don't know why he was dropped. Second ball of the over coming up. Down the track, swings it away leg side towards deep mid wicket, and Dane Cleaver picks up another single. Tim Robinson is back on strike. That's flicked away by Robinson. It's in the gap. Won't reach the boundary, will it? No, it won't. Good fielding at deep square leg. And Robinson will pick up 3. Good running between the wickets. 3 runs completed. They need a lot of boundaries here. Pressure building. Required run rate nearing 10. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's up in the air. Leading edge. Should be out. And it is. So just about manages to grab a hold of it. And O'Neill Bartman strikes. Second wicket falls for New Zealand. Was looking to flick it away leg side. Dane Cleaver has got the top edge. And a very uncomfortable innings for Dane Cleaver actually. Couldn't get going at all. Simple catch in the end for Jason Smith at point. And O'Neill Bartman continuing his good form with the ball. Picks up his first wicket today. South Africa in total control of this game, at least till now. Dane Cleaver is gone after scoring 22 from 17 balls, and New Zealand are 46 for 2 after 5.4 overs. So Nick Kelly will be the new batter to the crease for New Zealand, coming in at number 4. They're all super smash talents, but just not able to contribute here at the international level. I think this is what happens when you make drastic changes. The first 3 T20s, the different team was playing for New Zealand. Last 2 T20s, a different team is playing. They have not even won the series. Still going in with a very new look team. You cannot become complacent before actually winning something. That is for sure. And I think New Zealand, I don't know whether they became a little too complacent after winning that third T20. Fifth ball of the over coming up. That's back of the length. And Nick Kelly defends it to covers. Another dot ball from O'Neill Bartman. The disciplined bowling from South Africa so far. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes for the drive again, misses it again. Another dot ball to finish the over. So just 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Dane Cleaver. And New Zealand struggling here, 46 for 2 after 6 overs, after the power play. Bevan Jacobs, Jimmy Neesham to come in after this are all big hitters of the ball. Jimmy Neesham's batting form has been problematic. George Linde continuing into his second over. Tim Robinson on strike. Another wide down the leg side. Has to reload that one again. Required run rate has already gone above 10. Has driven again down the ground to long off, and Robinson picks up another single. Nick Kelly is back on strike. They haven't had any sixes in this innings so far. Second ball of the over coming up. Nick Kelly on strike, hasn't gotten off the mark yet. That's on the stumps, they're driven back to the bowler. Another dot ball from George Linde. That's cut away by Nick Kelly towards the point. They're pushing for two. No, they can't get two. Just a single for Nick Kelly. Gets off the mark with a single. Tim Robinson is back on strike. Takes the outer half of the bat towards deep extra covers, and Robinson picks up another single. 50 comes up for New Zealand. 50 comes up in 6.4 overs. Required run rate 10.35. Already above 10. Nick Kelly is back on strike. They haven't had a 6 in this innings so far. That's cut away straight to covers. Another dot ball from George Linde. I think South Africa are winning this series here today. There's 4 runs from this over so far. Last ball of the over coming up. That's flicked away by Nick Kelly towards the mid-wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over from George Linde, and New Zealand are now 51 for 2 after 7 overs. South Africa have never lost a T20 series in New Zealand so far, and looks like that streak might continue today. They have never lost a T20 series in New Zealand against New Zealand. They're proudly maintaining that record. In New Zealand, I think they took it too easy. They were leading 2-1 after the third T20. Mitchell Santner, Tom Latham, Devon Conway were all in good form. And then suddenly they just completely changed their team altogether. They have still not won the series. I don't know why you will make so many changes. It's as if you don't want to win the series. And that opened the door for South Africa, no doubt about that. Pranalan Subrayan is the new bowler into the attack. Cut away again by Nick Kelly towards deep extra covers. And he'll pick up another couple of runs to start the over. Because making so many drastic changes will never help. Everyone are inexperienced. If you look at this New Zealand team now. You can do all this experimentation and all these changes you can do after winning a series or winning a tournament. You can do all these things. Not before winning the series. That is completely, that is not acceptable at all. See another single from Nick Kelly. Required run rate is climbing up now, 10.58. Boundaries have dried up. Tim Robinson is back on strike. Just get a feeling from the start of this match, South Africa were in control in all departments. Robinson gives himself room, drives it back to the bowler. Another dot ball. Dot balls are not helping at all. It's helping South Africa though, because the required run rate is just climbing higher and higher and making it even more tough for New Zealand. Another quicker ball flicked away by Robinson towards deep mid wicket for another single. Nick Kelly is back on strike. Now who is going to play the big shots for New Zealand? Who is going to play and when are they going to play? Goes for the pull again, inside edge. They're going to push for 2, I think. No, they won't get 2, just a single for Nick Kelly. 5 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over. Swept away by Robinson towards deep mid wicket. Gonna deep square leg, comes around. Another couple of runs for Tim Robinson to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, and New Zealand are now 58 for 2 after 8 overs. So only 4 boundaries in this innings so far. Really struggling here, these New Zealand batters. South Africa were scoring runs very freely during their innings. Particularly Connor Esterhuizen was just hitting sixes for fun. But New Zealand are not able to repeat that. I think New Zealand should have batted first after winning the toss. If the pitch is so tough to chase on, then why would you bowl first? I'm not quite sure about that as well. Keshav Maharaj is the new bowler into the attack for South Africa. Nick Kelly is on strike. Maharaj over the wicket. Is driven away again by Nick Kelly towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. This is not working actually for New Zealand. Singles are not going to help. Required run rate is nearing 11 now. Second ball of the over. Robinson hits it down the ground again towards long off. Picks up another single. I need some big shots now. We haven't had a 6 in this innings. Just 4 boundaries in this innings so far. We are into the 9th over. Chasing 188, that's not enough at all. Third ball of the over coming up. Punched away straight to covers. It's another dot. In the process of keeping wickets in hand, they are playing out dot balls and the required run rate is getting out of reach. That is exactly what is happening. That's full again, driven down the ground. Maharaj not able to stop it. And Nick Kelly picks up another single. Now where are the boundaries coming from? You need to just close your eyes and take a risk. And that's what he does. It's in the air though. Just eludes the fielders. Robinson. Oh, chance of run out. Now will they go upstairs here? Umpire has gone upstairs to the third umpire. The South Africa are celebrating here. It just had to take a risk. And I think Robinson is short. Robinson is short. He's gone. That's it. Third wicket down for New Zealand. South Africa right on top in this game. They're going to win this series, I think. Out it is. So Tim Robinson has to go. Third wicket falls for New Zealand. They are in all sorts of trouble here. Just not able to keep up with the run rate, and they're also losing wickets. Experienced Tim Robinson is gone after scoring 25 from 20 balls, and New Zealand are now 62 for 3 after 8.5 overs. So 5 runs have come from this over so far. Still 1 ball left. Bevan Jacobs is the new batter to the crease. Required run rate 11.28. The spinners are bowling wonderfully well for South Africa. Keshav Maharaj and George Linde are bowling really well. And it will be a superb comeback from South Africa if they can win this series here. From being 1-2 down, no hopes at all after the third T20 match, to coming back and winning the series. But New Zealand also have got themselves to blame. I don't know why they dropped plenty of their players after that third T20. That's driven back to the bowler. Another dot ball to finish the over. So just 3 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Tim Robinson. And New Zealand are now 62 for 3 after 9 overs. They needed Mitchell Santner for one more match. Maybe then they could have tried to win the series. Pranal and Subrayan now back into the attack. And Nick Kelly picks up another single to start the over. Bevan Jacobs is back on strike. Second ball of the over. Oh, beats the outside edge. Another beauty from Pranal and Subrayan. And another dot ball. South Africa's game this, that is for sure. Although I don't know whether they'll celebrate this win much because it's a depleted New Zealand team. That's flicked away by Bevan Jacobs towards short square leg and picks up another single. This is the weakest New Zealand team that can play international cricket. The first 3 T20s were played by the B team of New Zealand. This is a C team. No Devon Conway, no Tom Latham. All that experience is gone. It's cut away again, straight to covers. Another dot ball. There's 2 runs coming from this over, still 2 balls left. I don't think anyone is taking this bilateral series seriously anyways, but South Africa, it's going to be a good win for them. They'll go to the IPL. That is what everyone are getting ready for. As we see another dot ball from Pranal and Subrayan. Just 2 runs coming from this over, required run rate 12.20. Nick Kelly 9 from 15 balls, just not able to get going. Last ball of the over. That's pulled down the ground to long on. Picks up another single to finish the over. Just 3 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 65 for 3 after 10 overs. So New Zealand are 65 for 3 after 10 overs, and it's also the time for the drinks break. So we come to the end of the drinks break, and whatever New Zealand women did to the South Africa women's team earlier today, South Africa men's team are giving it back to New Zealand men. That is how you take revenge, don't you? Keshav Maharaj now back into the attack. And that's pulled away by Nick Kelly. Oh, beats deep mid-wicket for 4. Much needed. They need plenty more of that, New Zealand. Too short on that occasion from Keshav Maharaj and put away by Nick Kelly for 4. Second ball of the over coming up. Shot again, goes for the pull, unable to make connection this time. Oh, in fact, it's bowled him. He's bowled him, he's got the wicket. Has gone back onto the stumps. So Nick Kelly has to go. It's been a miserable knock from him. And eventually he's chopped it onto the leg stump. The leg bail has fallen off. And Keshav Maharaj strikes. 4th wicket goes down for New Zealand. They're already in trouble. They're losing wickets as well now. Nick Kelly is gone after scoring 14 from 18 balls, and New Zealand are 69 for 4 after 10.2 overs. So Jimmy Neesham is the new batter to the crease. Coming in at number 6, has not been in the best of form with the bat of late. Can he spark any turnaround in this game now? Absence of Devon Conway, Tom Latham, Mitchell Santner, Tim Seifert, Finn Allen, Rachin Ravindra, all evident in this particular game. They are all so important to this New Zealand team, that main team of New Zealand. At least the B team was required. This is a much weaker team. Flicked away by Jimmy Neesham, straight to short mid-wicket. Another dot ball from Keshav Maharaj. That's on the stumps, defended again by Neesham. It's another dot ball. That's flicked away. Jimmy Neesham gets off the mark with a single. Bevan Jacobs is back on strike. The last ball of the over coming up. No, 4th ball of the over. Oh, Bevan Jacobs goes high in the air. And goes long enough. That's a great shot down the ground from Bevan Jacobs. Clears the boundary to finish the over. The 11 runs came from that over, and New Zealand are now 76 for 4 after 11 overs. The scoreboard didn't even move here. So Pranalan Subrayan is back into the attack. Continues into his 3rd over. Neesham flicks it away, picks up another single. Bevan Jacobs is back on strike. That's on the pads, flicked away. Good fielding at short fine leg. Bevan Jacobs picks up another single. Oh, in fact, a little bit of a fumble there. And Bevan Jacobs picks up 3 runs. That's good running between the wickets. Jimmy Neesham is back on strike. Third ball of the over coming up around the wicket. And Neesham goes down the ground, long on, takes the catch. Has he? No, he hasn't. I think it's landed short of Ian Mulder at long on. It's given as catch drop, but I think it didn't carry, did it? Thought he'd taken it initially. Neesham thought he was gone. The ball landed short of long on. Another quicker ball punched back to the bowler. Another dot ball here from Pranal and Subrayan. 2 more deliveries left in this over. They need a lot of sixes. Gives himself room, hits it down the ground to long off. And Bevan Jacobs picks up another single. 6 runs have come from this over. Neesham back on strike. The last ball of the over coming up. That's edged towards third man, doesn't take the single. Another dot ball to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 82 for 4 after 12 overs. New Zealand are now 82 for 4 after 12 overs. 8 overs left, 105 needed. $106 needed, in fact, in the last 8 overs. The quad run rate 13.25. O'Neil Bartman is back into the attack. Bevan Jacobs on strike. Oh, goes for the big shot. A little bit of an inside edge. Looking for the single. They will get it. Jimmy Neesham back on strike. By single it is. Can Neesham bring out the spark in him? It's been a long time since we have seen his big hitting with the bat. Second ball of the over coming up. It's on the stumps, defended back to the bowler. Another dot ball from O'Neil Bartman. That's driven again straight to point. Another dot ball here from O'Neil Bartman. The South Africa right on top. Bossing this at the moment. Jimmy Neesham again struggling with the bat. When he himself is struggling like this, I don't know whose idea was it to give him the captaincy. Because the captain should be the one who leads from the front with the bat or with the ball, whatever role he does. That's pulled away past mid-wicket. Stewart's long on and Neesham picks up another single. Whose ever idea was it to give the captaincy to Jimmy Neesham? I think that was a very, very wrong decision. It was understandable if they had given the captaincy to maybe a Tim Robinson or someone else who has more experience. Jimmy Neesham also has the experience, but he's struggling for form. That is not good as a captain. Flicked away again by Bevan Jacobs towards deep square leg. Coming back for 2. And they'll pick up another couple of runs. The 4 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over coming up. That's driven through the covers for 4. That's a great shot from Bevan Jacobs. Nice way to finish the over there. 8 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 90 for 4 after 13 overs. The 7 overs left, 98 needed. Pranal and Subrayan around the wicket to Nisham. And Nisham pulls it away leg side. Towards deep mid wicket. Good fielding at deep mid wicket. Another couple of runs for Jimmy Nisham to start the over. Required run rate 14.05. Second ball of the over. That's guided away towards point and Nisham picks up another single. Bevan Jacobs is back on strike. Subrayan coming around the wicket. Goes for the big shot. It's off the pads towards third man. Another dot ball from Pranal and Subrayan. Three more deliveries left in this over. Bevan Jacobs is also not able to score at a fast pace. That's full again. Driven away down the ground. The long off. And Bevan Jacobs picks up another single. That's cut away by Nisham towards deep extra covers. Picks up another single. Five runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over. Punched away by Bevan Jacobs. Straight to covers and picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over from Pranal and Subrayan. New Zealand are now 96 for 4 after 14 overs. Keshav Maharaj now into his third over. And Bevan Jacobs goes over the top. Over covers for 6. That's a great shot. That is a great shot from Bevan Jacobs. Hitting through the line, clears the boundary. They need plenty more of this. 100 comes up for New Zealand. 100 comes up in 14.1 overs. A 6 to start the over from Bevan Jacobs. This time he goes again. Leg side, it's all the way. Over square leg. Another 6, back-to-back sixes from Bevan Jacobs. This is what he's capable of doing. Great start to the over. Goes again down the ground to long off. And this time Bevan Jacobs picks up another single. Gives the strike to Jimmy Neesham, who will like left arm off spin. Need another couple more sixes, I think, in this over, if they want to keep this run chase alive. Neesham is back on strike. Fourth ball of the over. And Neesham goes high up in the air. He hasn't got hold of it. Is there any fielder coming underneath it? Oh, puts it down. Oh, goodness me. It's been that kind of day for both the teams. It's been that kind of day for both the teams. Not only one team. For both the teams putting down catches. Gerald Coetzee, the fielder, putting it down. But that was there in the slot actually to be hit. Neesham mistimed it. Hasn't hit a boundary so far, Jimmy Neesham. 15 runs from this over so far. And he hits it straight back down the ground. That's a much better shot. That will be 4. That's what is needed. They need more of that from Neesham. That was a much cleaner shot down the ground. Picks up a boundary. First boundary for Neesham in this innings. Last ball of the over, swung away leg side by Neesham towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 20 runs came from that over from Keshav Maharaj, and New Zealand are 116 for 4 after 15 overs, 72 to win from the last 5 overs. So who is going to bowl the next over? So O'Neill Bartman is back into the attack now. Jimmy Neesham on strike. Need to go big now. Bartman over the wicket. That's short. Neesham pulls it away leg side. 1 bounce to deep mid wicket. Just a single to start the over. Bevan Jacobs is back on strike. And Jacobs goes over covers, and that'll race away for 4 as well towards deep extra covers. That's a good shot from Bevan Jacobs. Is this chase still alive? I'm not quite sure. Another boundary for Bevan Jacobs. Which also brings up the 50 partnership between these two batters. Partnership of 52 from 31 balls between Neesham and Bevan Jacobs. Oh, that's a good Yorker. Really good Yorker. Good follow-up from Bartman. And a valuable dot ball at this stage. This is what Bartman can do. Really good Yorker, angling into the pads. Cramping up Bevan Jacobs for room. The fourth ball of the over coming up. That's pulled away, down the ground, long on, takes the catch. Bartman strikes. Bevan Jacobs has to go. And an important wicket here for South Africa because Bevan Jacobs was looking to turn this game on its head. Was looking for another big shot. Back of the length delivery from Bartman. Does the trick. A really good catch at long on. And South Africa fighting back. They're already in a commanding position. Bevan Jacobs is gone after a good knock of 36 from 19 balls, and New Zealand are 121 for 5 after 15.4 overs. So Josh Clarkson is the new batter to the crease for New Zealand, coming in at number 7. The chase is looking tough now. So Clarkson on strike. He has the capability of playing the big shots. Fifth ball of the over. Oh, looking to pull it away. It's gone bat pad towards point. Another dot ball from O'Neill Bartman. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's punched away beautifully in the gap for 4. Josh Clarkson gets off the mark with a boundary. Beautiful placement. Ends the over with a boundary. 9 runs came from that over, including the big wicket of Bevan Jacobs. And New Zealand are 125 for 5 after 16 overs with 63 to get from the last 4 overs. I just get a feeling that the next over has to be a big over for New Zealand if they want to keep this run chase alive. They need to bring the equation into the 30s in the last 3 overs. That will be gettable. Gerald Coetzee is going to be bowling the 17th over. Jimmy Neesham is going to be on strike. And Neesham has to play a crucial role here. He's a set batter at the crease. The captain as well has to lead from the front. He has done very little of late with the bat for New Zealand. He's batting on a runner ball 16. So here's Coetzee, first ball of the 17th over. Neesham on strike. Swings, gets it on the bottom half of the bat towards point and picks up another single. Singles won't hurt South Africa at all. Josh Clarkson is back on strike. It's that stage of an innings where the more number of sixes you hit, the better chances you will have to stay in the run chase. Second ball of the over coming up. Need a big hit here. Oh, goes for the pull shot. Is it too high? No, it's not. It's another dot ball. It's slipping away from New Zealand now, surely. The more number of dot balls, the better for South Africa. The third ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket, swings and misses. Another dot ball here. Brilliant from Gerald Coetzee. This is really good. Just one run from the first three balls of this over. Josh Clarkson unable to make contact. He played a crucial knock in the second T20. When New Zealand were batting first, set a good target. But they are chasing now. They need a couple of sixes here. That's cut away by Clarkson towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Singles are not helping at all. Jimmy Neesham is back on strike. Two more deliveries left in this over. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Oh, set himself up for the pull shot. It's taken the outer half of the bat towards point. Another dot ball. What an over this is. Just 2 runs from this over from Gerald Coetzee. Jimmy Neesham just not able to hit a 6. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes for the pull shot again, unable to make contact on that one. An excellent over from Gerald Coetzee. Just 2 runs came from that over. And New Zealand 127 for 5 after 17 overs with 61 needed from the last 3 overs. So Bartman still has 1 over left. Will he bowl the next over? This is excellent captaincy from Keshav Maharaj actually. He recognized that over number 16 and over number 17 are very important. So he gave it to 2 best bowlers. O'Neill Bartman and Gerald Coetzee. Their 2 best bowlers bowled the 16th and the 17th over. And now 61 from 3 overs is even harder to get. Unless they get 30 runs of this over, it's going to be very tough. O'Neill Bartman completing his quota here into his last over. And that's hit straight down the ground. And that's straight down the ground for 4. Boundary to start the over from Josh Clarkson. A good shot straight down the ground. Is it too late for New Zealand or is there still hope alive? Oh, that's a good Yorker, guided away to third man, and Josh Clarkson picks up another single. Jimmy Neesham is back on strike. The third ball of the over coming up. Neesham has to connect a few sixes here. This is his last chance in this game. That's driven away in the gap. Beats mid off. Long off comes around. Coming back for 2 and they'll get 2. Another couple of runs for Jimmy Neesham. Now this is slipping away actually from New Zealand's grasp. Neesham is not timing it at all. He's batting at a strike rate of 95. Thought for a moment maybe there was a slight outside chance for New Zealand, but it's slipping away now. That's smashed down the ground for 4. That's a clean shot from Neesham. They need 6s. Neesham gets 4. Boundary nevertheless. But 2 more deliveries left in this over. That's a wide down the leg side. Bartman has to reload that one again. I think Gerald Coetzee will bowl the penultimate over and then see how much to leave for the last over. The 5th ball of the over coming up. Full toss, misses out on it. Oh dear, Jimmy Neesham picks up another single. 1 leg buys it is. Full toss asking to be hit. You need to put those away. Josh Clarkson is back on strike. Not able to hit full tosses for 6s. Josh Clarkson on strike, last ball of the over. Need a big hit. That's down the ground from Clarkson towards long on and picks up another single to finish the over. 14 runs came from that over from Bartman, but it's not enough for New Zealand. New Zealand are 141 for 5 after 18 overs, with 47 needed from the last 2 overs. So I'm sure Gerald Coetzee will bowl the penultimate over and try and close it out for South Africa. Because both these batters are looking for only 6s at this stage. Anything less than that, South Africa are going to win this. O'Neill Bartman finishing his spell 2 for 33 in his 4 overs. Gerald Coetzee is bowling the penultimate over. Josh Clarkson on strike. Comes down the wicket, pulls it away leg side. And deep mid wicket comes around. They'll come back for the second. That's not going to be enough though. Another couple of runs for Josh Clarkson. 45 needed from 11. They need at least 4 6s in this over to keep realistic chances alive of winning this. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes high in the air. Now this should be a catching opportunity. Simple catch at covers. Another one goes. And with that, the hopes of New Zealand as well. Jimmy Neesham also will be away from the strike. Gerald Coetzee strikes for South Africa here. It's a wicket and a dot ball. And the game is slipping away from... It's already slipped away, in fact, from New Zealand. South Africa are going to be winning this T20 series 3-2 if you don't mind. They suffered 2 one-sided defeats in the second T20 and third T20, and still South Africa are managing to win this T20 series. Is a serious comeback from them. Josh Clarkson is gone after scoring 13 from 10 balls, and New Zealand are 143 for 6 after 18.2 overs. So you can't do anything now. New Zealand They weakened their team in the last 2 T20 matches and they are paying the price for it. Need to learn a lesson that no series is won and until it's actually won. Cole McConkie is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 8. If IPL is the priority, then what is the necessity to keep such a series before the IPL? Everyone can go and play IPL itself. If you are keeping such a T20 series, then prioritize this T20 series then. Third ball of the over coming up. Cole McConkie on strike. That's pulled away again. Slow ball again from Coetzee. McConkie pulls it away to deep mid wicket and gets off the mark with a single. This is not going to do the job for New Zealand, that is for sure. South Africa are going to win this. Excellent comeback actually, and I think South Africa needed this because their women's team got battered in their T20 series. So at least they have something to celebrate about the men's team winning it. Full toss in the air, down the ground, taken at mid-off. Oh, did it carry to mid-off? I don't think it did. Or did it? It didn't carry to mid-off. Oh dear. I thought he had taken it. A single completed though. But it's a lost cause now, 43 from 8 balls. Even a Superman can't chase this down. So New Zealand women won their T20 series. South Africa men winning this T20 series. What a rivalry it is between these two teams. Justice for both the teams served. Down the ground from McConkie. How far has he caught it? He's taken at long on. Another wicket goes. Cole McConkie has to go. It was in the slot from Gerald Coetzee, but McConkie couldn't get hold of it. Wiaan Mulder takes the catch at long on. The 7th wicket goes down for New Zealand. And it's Gerald Coetzee who strikes. Excellent captaincy from Keshav Maharaj today, it has to be said. And excellent bowling plans. And really South Africa have succeeded in their planning and strategy today, and they are getting rewarded. McConkie is gone after scoring just 1 run from 2 balls, and New Zealand are 145 for 7 after 18.5 overs. So 3-2 is going to be the scoreline in favor of South Africa here. Need to give the credit to them. We all blame them when they are not doing well, but when they are doing well, we need to give them credit. Those 2 matches they lost one-sidedly. That's gone. Over deep, over short fine leg, 1 bounce 4. Zachary Fox gets off the mark with a boundary to finish the over, but it doesn't matter because the required run rate is lost now. Required run rate is 39, so it's a lost cause. 8 runs came from that over, including 2 wickets, and New Zealand are 149 for 7 after 19 overs. So justice served for both the teams, that's what has to be said. One team won the women's T20 series, one team is winning the men's T20 series. So both the teams have got something to celebrate about. Wiaan Mulder bowling the last over, starts with a wide. They're appealing actually for a catch. But why do you need to bowl a wide? That is my big question. 39 needed from the last over, Wiaan Mulder is bowling a wide. Is it necessary? Just bowl 6 legal deliveries. And they've gone upstairs for the review as well. I think Keshav Maharaj has gone for the review. 39 needed from 6 balls. Just bowl it on the stumps. Let him hit 6 sixes. Still it's lost. Why are you bowling it down the leg side? I'm not able to understand that. I don't think there's any bat on that. It should be wide. 150 will come up for New Zealand. Well, Neesham has already started to walk. And there is a spike as the ball passes the bat. So I think they were right to go for the review. So the finger will go up. Decision will be overturned. Out it is. So it's not a wide. It's a wicket instead. Jimmy Neesham is gone. A really struggling knock actually. He's not looking good these days. Run a ball 24 for Jimmy Neesham. And New Zealand are 149 for 8 after 19.1 overs. It's an easy win here for South Africa. They've batted really well. They've bowled really well. Kyle Jamieson, the new batter to the crease, hits it down the ground to long on and gets off the mark with a single. In fact, they have picked up a couple of runs. So Kyle Jamieson gets off the mark with a couple of runs. 150 does come up now for New Zealand. 150 comes up in 19.2 overs. It's a lost cause. 38 needed, 37 needed from the last 4 balls. It's not going to be possible. So well done to South Africa actually. And hits it down the ground again, Jamieson. It's towards long on and picks up another single. Really well done to South Africa. With their second string team, they have managed to come back and win this series. One has to question the strategy of New Zealand actually. Until the third T20, everything was going well. After that, I don't know why they made so many drastic changes. It was unnecessary actually. They looked all set to win the series, New Zealand. And they themselves messed it up. But that is what these two teams are known for, isn't it? Oh, looking to flick it away. It's gone off the pads. And Zachary Fox will pick up one leg byes, I think. These two teams are known for that only. When everything is going good, you'll find a way to mess up the situations. I mean, South Africa might be winning this T20 series, but they themselves, how many times they have messed up winning situations. That is why whenever these two teams play against each other, it's a separate rivalry in itself. Because both these teams have not won a World Cup so far. Both these teams have won only the WTC and the Champions Trophy. Goes for the pull shot. Unable to make contact on that. Another dot ball from Ian Mulder. New Zealand women have won both the Women's World Cups, but not the men. Men have not won a World Cup so far. They have won only the World Test Championship and the Champions Trophy. Even South Africa have won only those two tournaments. They have not won any World Cup. So last ball of the match coming up. 35 to get from the last ball is impossible. Last ball of the match. Good Yorker there. Jamieson guides it towards covers, picks up the single, and that is it. South Africa have won this match here by 33 runs. They have defended this target of 188 and they have won it convincingly. What a comeback from them. They were 1-2 down after the third T20, suffered 2 one-sided defeats in the second T20 and third T20 match, and New Zealand looked all set to win the series with the kind of performances they were delivering. But suddenly, in the 4th and 5th T20, they made Jimmy Neesham as the captain. They made a lot of drastic changes. Conway was not there. Tom Latham was not there. Mitchell Santner was not there. Too many changes, and that is why I think New Zealand have not managed to get over the line in the last 2 matches. So South Africa will be happy. They maintain a proud record as well. They have not lost a T20 series in New Zealand, and that proud record is continuing. And they have once again managed to win this T20 series here 3-2. You need to give the credit to Keshav Maharaj. He did the captaincy really well. The last couple of matches, particularly the previous match, was not easy, because even though New Zealand made all those drastic changes, they were actually on course of chasing it down in the previous match in the 4th T20. But South Africa managed to hold their nerve there, and they defended that total. And now here it's a convincing win by 33 runs actually. They were put into bat first, but New Zealand didn't help themselves in the field, dropped 10 to 12 catches. Even South Africa also dropped a few catches, but South Africa dropped less catches than New Zealand. That is the difference. That made the difference in the end. New Zealand dropped more catches than South Africa if you look at this particular game. It was a battle of two worst fielding. Which team fields the worst, they will lose the game. That is how the battle was today. And I think New Zealand fielded the worst today, and that is why they have lost the game. We can say like that. But yeah, South Africa have managed to win this game, and they win the T20 series 3-2. Completely outplayed New Zealand today in this deciding match. We'll have a look at the bowling card of South Africa. So Wiaan Mulder picked up a couple of wickets, 2 for 28 in his 3 overs. Gerald Coetzee was the pick of the bowlers. He's been bowling really well the last few matches. 2 for 21 in his 4 overs. Othniel Bartman 2 for 33 in his 4 overs. I still maintain that Othniel Bartman should have played in the T20 World Cup. I don't know why he was not picked in the T20 World Cup. He has been South Africa's best T20 bowler for quite a long time now. And he even bowled well in the SA20. But still he wasn't picked for the T20 World Cup, which was a shocking decision. But he bowled well today, 2 for 33 in his 4 overs. Pranalan Subrayan didn't pick up a wicket, but economical, 1 for 22 in his 4 overs. And Keshav Maharaj 1 for 35 as well in his 3 overs. As far as New Zealand batting is concerned, none of them were able to get a move on actually. Tim Robinson 25 from 20 balls, only 1 boundary in his innings. Dane Cleaver 22 from 17. Nick Kelly struggled, 14 from 18, only 1 boundary. Bevan Jacobs, he hit a few late blows, but even he was struggling at the start. Scored 36 from 19 balls with 2 boundaries and 3 sixers. Jimmy Neesham, again very much struggling. Jimmy Neesham, I don't know whose idea was it to give the captaincy to him, because he himself is struggling as a player. And I don't know why they gave the captaincy to him for the last couple of matches. I think that is where another blunder happened for New Zealand. Jimmy Neesham scored a runner ball 24. Josh Clarkson provided some spark, but it was too little too late towards the end. The required run rate went out of reach. And in the end, South Africa winning this by 33 runs. We need to give the credit to South Africa though. Taking nothing away from South Africa. Whenever they don't do well, we are the first ones to criticize them. So whenever they are doing well, we need to be the first ones to appreciate them as well. And to make a comeback, win the last couple of matches and win that series 3-2, I think deserves credit. So that brings an end to this double tour of New Zealand, it should be said, because in the morning, at least in India, in morning time, New Zealand women were taking on South Africa in the T20 series, and then as it goes into the afternoon, the men's teams were battling it out. The New Zealand women won that T20 series against South Africa women 4-1. And South Africa here in the men's T20 series have won it 3-2. So poetic justice served for both the teams, it can be said. New Zealand won it in the women's T20 series. South Africa won it in the men's T20 series. So both the teams have won one T20 series in this tour. So both the teams have something to celebrate about as we bring an end to this tour of New Zealand. So In another couple of days' time, the mega festival of India will be starting, which is the Indian Premier League. It starts from the 28th of March. So we'll be back again to cover that tournament. It's going to be a marathon for another couple of months. And I'm sure that'll be an enjoyable tournament to watch. So we'll be back again to cover that tournament. Congratulations to South Africa for winning this T20 series 3-2. So we'll be back again. Until we come back again, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Take care guys. Cheers and have a great day.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.